Well, hello there, and welcome back to the finals of the Winter Brawl, Maincast's first tournament of the 2020, sponsored by GGBet. We have OG Seed versus FlyToMoon. Both of these teams, in the semifinals, they dealt with their enemies quite swiftly. FlyToMoon, they did take it to three games, but they always look like the stronger team. And OG Seed, honestly, they had some hiccups at the start of this tournament. They even lost to Nemiga that you just watched lose to FlyToMoon, but they've got their stuff together now, and they're looking much stronger. In this game, I'm going to have Flying Pigeon to accompany me. FP, are you there?
Flying Pigeon?
Flying
Hello.
Pigeon. Yeah, you're Flying Pigeon from now on. Let me get your picture.
Am I now the coach for Aui's team?
No. You're just flying penguins, killer penguins, flying pigeons.
Okay.
FlyToMoon.
And your lizard seed, or
just wait a second. I'm gonna show the stream. There we go. We have the picture of Killer Pigeon as well coming up. So he's gonna join us live. I won't be left alone any longer.
Wow, this studio is so big,
dude. Like production value. I got you.
You know what they should have done? They should have got like a little TV screen and like sellotaped to the chair, and then just Skype called me in.
I got you, fam.
I could have been there.
We don't need to do any of those things. I've got you right here. You're with
us.
Not
quite FaceTime, but it'll do.
You're with us in spirit. It's not FaceTime. It's not Google. Did you try Google Duo, by the way? That stuff is amazing. It's the best thing, I swear. Oh my God, we're actually in the draft. We have.
Yeah, they've sped through this.
All right. I guess I can't Google Duo with you or anything like that because we have to talk about OG Seed and FlyToMoon's draft so far. OG Seed opened up with the Alchemist so soon, so swiftly actually, like in the first phase as well. But they did have success with it, right? You were casting one of their games before.
Yep, I believe that game was not as much on the Alk itself. Alk was just off doing whatever it wanted while the rest of the team was asserting dominance across the map.
But when he came online, he did carry, right? That was pretty
much... he was unstoppable at that point. Like, that was the ideal scenario, right? Where you didn't have heroes that ganked him. And to be honest, FlyToMoon don't really have heroes that hunt the Alchemist right now.
FlyToMoon, they can also finish off with their position too, right? This Magnus can be safe lane, and then you can pick your midder. And what they did do before is pick a Storm versus this Alchemist, but... they still have last pick, so there's some flex. They can wait. They can see what OG Seed picks up last, because it can also be Alchemist safe lane, Puck mid. It can be Alchemist mid, Puck support, Tiny offlane. The possibilities are endless. They can put Tiny and Alchemist on their courts. I really like these first three picks because you really can't put them on a lane for sure. You can't really say that this hero goes mid, this hero goes safe lane. They're very versatile.
Yeah, and it's very complimentary, right? Because you get the Tiny and the Puck, and that gives you a cool snap combo on top of everything else.
What I really like from FlyToMoon as well, even though Puck was picked in the second stage, Winter Wyvern is pretty good versus him because you can set up, right? Like, as long as you hit that Winter's Curse, it's easy to follow up with either the Roar or Sinister Gaze or Magnus's RP. So it shouldn't be too difficult for them to take down Puck. By the way, wasn't Hanskin in that last game of OG Seed? He was, wasn't he?
He was.
All right.
It seems Z-Freak woke up. It's an ideal time to play in America now.
All right, so we have him back. That's good.
Makes me wonder what they're going to give Hanskin if they win. He's got to get something, right?
He's not going to get anything. Come on. Like,
you buy him a nice meal.
How many games did he play, actually, besides today? Did he play in other...
Oh, that was it. He played two. He played two, all right? He done very well in those games, in fairness.
So 2 games, 1 series pretty much, and that's it. Nah, you don't... If you play like half of a tournament, I think you can talk about that, like giving him something, you know. Especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 scene, there's always controversy around that, you know, like a team qualifies with one player, then kicks him, plays the tournament with another. Does that player actually... are you obliged to give that player something? You know, like, should you give him a little bit of something from that tournament because he did qualify for it?
I mean, like, maybe a tiny slice. After all, otherwise, you're saying the person's working for free. Screw that, dude. Come on.
No, I agree with you.
He's a good player.
I agree with you. Overall, Brewmaster last pick still doesn't give away a whole lot from OG Seed, but most likely will be your offlaner, right?
Yeah, the part that is confusing right now for FlyToMoon is this a support Puck or is it a support Tiny?
Support Tiny, yeah. And that does change quite a lot. that does change the dynamic of their game style completely. We'll see. FlyToMoon.
Definitely.
FlyToMoon. They have what 15 seconds left remaining to last pick their hero, and I assure you, they're thinking about that Storm for Iceberg. He dominated the Alchemist in that last game, and let's see. They
but
go
it's
with the
not
Slark.
a free Storm game.
Instead, they go with the Slark, which means Magnus will be their position 2. He will be going mid. Slark will be that safe laner. Even though we see a lot of position 1 Magnuses lately, it will be the Slark that goes there and Beast on offlane. Nothing too out of the ordinary for FlyToMoon. On side of OG Seed, we have Chessie that will be going mid, and Madara with that Alchemist will be playing on the safe lane. So they're pretty much putting all their eggs in one basket, and that's Madara. But that's pretty much how you have to play with that player, because he can carry you, but he's also greedy as hell.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised that FlyToMoon didn't maybe consist on like the Bloodseeker. The Slark's still pretty good. There is a worry that you're going to fall behind the Alchemist very easily, though. On this
I believe
Slark.
Bloodseeker was banned out as well. I think there is a possibility.
I'm not the final ban.
Was he?
I'm waiting for the final ban to come out. I don't think it was actually banned, which is surprising because I love that, because then you've got all this buffing back and forth, right, with the Magnus and the Beastmaster, and you just all complement each other, especially with the Lich armor.
I think like what Slark gives you is this late game potential, right, versus the Alchemist.
Yeah.
So you can take the game late. You don't have to really worry about finishing the game mid game, because if you have Bloodseeker and Magnus is amazing if you give him enough space in the mid game to farm, right? And then you have this backup potential with the Slark later on. So overall,
I just double checked. It was the final ban on Bloodseeker. You're right. Yeah, from OG Seed.
Yeah,
it was pretty quick on the final ban. And I think they had the right idea. Like Bloodseeker, I think fits just very naturally into Magnus drafts right now, especially if you have this aura giver like a Beastmaster on the offlane.
Yeah, you have so much utility. Guys, we have Beastmaster, we have Magnus with the Empower. There's so much utility for this Slark to pop off. But at the same time, on the other hand, on the other side, we have an Alchemist. If you give him enough space, if you give him enough farm, he's going to win the game alone. However, so far, we haven't seen an Alchemist win today. We have seen one Alchemist, and it pretty much backfired for the Mega. And they were playing against what? What was their carry? It was Storm, and who else? Can you remember? Was it Magnus?
It might have been a Magnus.
Or a Bloodseeker.
Storm,
even, yeah.
I think it was Bloodseeker with Storm. So yeah, it was a very hard game to actually get off to a good start. The Storm just completely shut him out in the laning phase. Well, this time around, you're against the Magnus. They're just both going to farm, basically.
And we can jump straight into the game. We have a small pause happening right now.
Actually, I wonder. I assume they're actually going to run Madara in the safe lane as he usually does. And it's not bad, right? Because Beastmaster can't get close due to the spray. I'm going to be interested to see what the Chen can do, because we haven't really seen much Chen in this new patch.
Like, when patch just hit, we did see a lot of Enchantresses and Chens being picked up straight up, and actually a lot of Chen was played on position 3, like offlane Chens. Or you play this position 4 Chen in which you're just sitting in the lane, and that's it. You're just sitting in the lane, getting as much farm as possible, as much experience as possible. You get that Dominator, and you crush them. You just run them over. There's a lot of pub stompers right now abusing that Chen too on the offlane. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they opt to play him. It's Peksu that plays the Chen, and he definitely is a good Chen player.
But it doesn't mean, it means he's probably not going to get too much farm priority, especially with Madara on his team. Wait, what?
He just wrote to them in Russian. He was like, "So what's up, guys? Ready? Do we go? Or what's up?" And
yes, guys, that's right. This is CIS versus EU. We have here the grand finals. It's the Cold War of Dota. This is what's about to happen.
He's like, "What's up, ready?" And his guy is the one that's disconnected.
You know what it is? It's the moment when one of the OG members types back in Russian. You're like, spy. All right, double agent over here. Trying to think who would be like, maybe to learn some Russian. I mean, Madara, like Greece, you get a lot of. You're from that area, you know, you get a lot of kind of overlap Russians in your game, and a lot of color being spoken.
What overlap? He's Greece, man. Do you know how far that is?
He's Greece. Like it's in that area geographically. Okay. Is it Baltics or Balkans? Baltics.
Balkans. God damn it, pigeon. Shouldn't you birds be good at geography or something?
So easily.
What do you mean?
Did Madara grow up in? Did he grow up in the UK, or he's lived in the UK for a few years?
They were playing for London Conspiracy for a while, so maybe he,
Yeah.
the old stack, you know, the Ad Finum boys, they were London Conspiracy a long time ago, so maybe they were living in UK. I'm not certain. Yeah. In any case, he's as far from Russia almost as you.
What? Now your geography is even worse than mine.
Almost, I said, as far.
I mean, if we take a tip of Russia on either end, it's a lot further.
I don't know about that. I'll Google
Maybe
it.
from Moscow would be an argument, but
I'm Googling it right now, I'll tell you.
you're googling it. All right, please. Why don't you just have an atlas there in the studio? It looks like they got everything for you. They feed you. They take pictures for you. No one ever has an atlas anymore. But looks like we're gonna see the start of these lanes. It looks like
if you're going by car, you get to Moscow. You get to Moscow much faster from UK than you do from Athens. That's it.
That's a combination of the average car in the Balkans and also your goddamn terrain. That's not my fault, okay?
That's definitely true as well. In any case, we have a very important game, the grand finals of the Maincast Winter Brawl. To go back to, the pause is done and we're ready for some action right here. Z-Freak on the top lane together with his boy Brewmaster securing the outpost right now, the bounty rune that's about to spawn. Z-Bay going for 3 Ironwood branches. I just want to see 4 gauntlets of Strength Man again on General.
Yeah, this isn't clockwork though, and to be honest, that just means more stats for Slark to soak away.
Yeah, probably not the build to go for on the Beastmaster. You have many other things that you have to buy, or you want to buy at least. So.
Oh, and they? Nah, they don't want to go for the toss play. I was wondering if they might try for it, but it just takes too long to kill Slark at that stage. But it ends up being 2 runes apiece. Alk would have liked more, but he couldn't really aggress on his own rune.
2 for 2. Z-Freak might... He's still carrying that ward, so I was thinking maybe he'll ward behind the tower, but no, he's just messing with V-Tune here. Maybe he'll block a bit. Will he? No.
Nah, he's just high-fiving him.
Yeah.
He's the double agent! I knew it!
It's him? I would always say it's Peksu instead. I don't know. I'd say it's Peksu.
Why would you say it's Peksu? You gotta defend this point now.
Where's Peksu from again? Is he Finnish?
Peksu, I think he's Finnish. I think he's a Scandinavian boy.
So he's the closest one, but at the same time, Finns, man, they're super angry at Russians, you know.
If you think Cold War, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a double agent, you put them in America, and Z-Freak is in America. So
all right,
we've got the big brain players there. Nice little pull through from Z-Freak as well. You don't want to play on the lane against this combo, right? Lich plus Slark just melts these strength heroes.
On the bottom lane so far, Peksu is protecting Madara pretty well. Madara obviously has the bonus heal coming from everything on this lane, so that can come in handy. Has missed 2 CS right now under the tower, very unfortunately, because both of those CSs were completely free to get. Z-Freak
Oh, they can kill Slayer here.
Yeah. They just need to save the stun, so he doesn't TP, right? And that's it. But,
exactly.
Yeah, Jibe, he realizes that he's going to waste a lot of time. Yeah. Slayer is fine.
Yeah, I don't think he can get him anymore.
He's got boots.
Actually, he's faster. Yeah, he could just toss in 8 seconds, but it's not worth it. It's too much time. So Slayer is out of regen at this point, has his own boots, so it's not that slow.
Yeah. On mid lane so far, Iceberg doing well, 9-4, 10-4 right now versus 7-2 of Puck. Pretty similar CS.
Yeah, you have a little bit more ability to deny. While Puck has high base damage, you've got the power to contest with.
You have Empower, you're melee, and you have Quelling Blade. It's very difficult for Puck to win that CS war on mid, even though he can out-harass you. But now with that double damage rune, maybe, just maybe, he can win that lane even. That double damage rune can change things completely on minute 2.
It's just a little bit rough because you're so tanky already on the Magnus, he doesn't feel confident to try and push him out. Bot lane's going pretty well for Alka, despite the little slip-ups on the tower. He's up at 12-1 now compared to 10-1 on general. And if any lane has to do well for OG Seed to begin with, it's going to be the Alchemist lane.
Right now, Jibe is just sitting on top next to V-Tune, soaking that experience from the hard camp. And Chassis is coming back a little bit into the game with this double damage rune that he just got. He's taking so much damage just from the cleaves of Iceberg. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, he needs to
Jesse.
be careful. He might just be dead. Barely gets away. Does have the
Damn.
salve. It arrives just in the nick of time.
And he's
He
actually...
might try. Could possibly. It's a little bit of a tough one. Instead, he sees that there's a ward up here, so just de-ward.
And for the first map winner, odds are 2.35 for FlyToMoon, 1.55 for OG Seed on GG Bet, and Madara just gets out in the nick of time on bottom lane. TP's back to the tower, which is really good. And by the way, this is one of the reasons why Chen is good versus Beastmaster, or I'd say the best reason. You can steal his boar. You just take his boar and you turn it against him. Enchantress and Chen used to be picked versus Beastmaster because of this fact. And I'm surprised General didn't go for a different build. Usually when you're playing versus Ench or Chen, you go for the axes instead.
Yeah, and it's even worse when you consider they don't have a headdress. That's another big difference, because Pexu, he has that Divine Favor as well as the headdress. The amount of regen allows them to trade effectively throughout this laning phase. But it's surprising. Makes me wonder, Wyvern, what have you got? He went for a Windlace. I feel like they're just going to slowly be harassed out of this lane by the Chen out combo. In fact, Madara doesn't even commit the acid spray that much because he doesn't want to shove the lane into them.
Yeah, they're just slowly controlling the lane, and you can see how aggressively that acid spray is actually used when it's necessary. Plus the Chen is pulling pretty well, and Madara is just chilling right now. Has one bracer to work with. Z-Freak on top versus Slayer. He needs two more hits. Yeah, he's way too fast. 341 movement speed on Lich. You can't catch him.
And it's awkward for Tiny in this game because it's not easy to gank mid, right? You need 6 before you can do it. Then you have the Dream Core to stop him escaping with Skewer. Till that point, it gets a bit tough. B2 top doesn't have the pounce. They're holding the toss, so they can't get him.
He has some sticks and salve to work with, so until that clap is back off cooldown, they can't kill him.
Oh, that's a good feeling, though. OG Seed, the outline up, managed to get 4 of the bounty runes. All of them.
I'm surprised FlyToMoon didn't contest the bounty runes better.
It's kind of the greedy nature of the Magnus, right? Like, the puck can quickly rotate as he gets value out of the bottle.
They get the first blood.
Yeah, V2. Goes down despite being tanky, despite having those sticks. You think he wouldn't be that easy to find, but level 3 Tiny is all you need.
Yeah, small misstep there by him. He had Lich rotating in, so perhaps he thought that they have a kill on Tiny, and Tiny did get really low, but Slark dies first. He's still definitely the skinnier one, the easier one to kill.
Yeah, he's purchased a raindrop now to try and ensure that he doesn't go down too easily to all this nuke damage. But
I think
Chibe with this build is more focused on right-clicking him anyway.
I think that raindrop was already picked up by him there, but Lich failed to give it to him fast enough. Bottom lane, we might have... Yeah, we have a recall on Puck, but at the same time on mid lane, there's an RP used on Chessie.
Chessie's able to... No, the cleave gets him!
Oh,
the power of Magnus compels you. Respect it or die.
Oh no, that's a really good kill. That's a great kill for Magnus to get alone. At the same time, they do get a good rotation on that bottom lane. And Madara is just having a blast. He's having a completely free game right now on this bottom lane. Remember that Alchemist from today, he had a really bad start. He was crushed in the lane. He was dominated by that Storm left, right and center. This Alchemist from Madara, it should be a much easier game to win for him.
Yeah, he hasn't had too many... I don't think he's had any stacks made, actually. So he won't have a booster in the jungle, but because this lane's going so well, it shouldn't matter too much in the grand scheme. Z-Freak moving in on General. Toss. Cold Embrace to try and keep him alive, but they're broken the trees. There's nowhere really for him to hide, and Madara will just run in, get that nice little punch in. Actually, Pexu gets it with the ball.
Pexu gets the last hit. In the end, Madara will get that tower, though. Z-Freak.
Almost has 6 as well. Z-Freak's going to go for the toss back. He rushes Splint Blast as well, so there's no easy way for always want to fly to stand here. You're in. Iceberg doesn't have the RP though, so...
Man, is he going to live?
Him. Beautifully done. He's going to get away. Z-Freak so fast.
OG, move aside. OG Seed is here, man. That was a great play. Z-Freak is an amazing player. He always does these clutch plays, and that was really well done. I expected him to go back and not dive that tier 2 for the Winter Wyvern, but he dives, they get the kill on the Winter Wyvern, they force the rotation from the Magnus, and still in the end he survives. Gets back because of those blocks from Alchemist too. Jibe top lane.
He's drunk though, So it's not too easy to grab onto him. The Sister Gaze is going to come out with the Dart Pack. They should have the damage. He can't sidestep quick enough, and Pexu's too late to save the day. Looks like you need to give a little bit of space to get Pexu to 6, right? Like, Hand of God at this stage of the game is game-changing.
I mean, it's still 8 minutes in, right? It's still 8 minutes in. You can't expect...
Yeah.
Even in the last patch, you couldn't expect Chen to be even level 5 at this point, so...
I think I was talking about, like, in regards to the Tiny, because, like, you know, Tiny is the 4 here, but Tiny 6 doesn't really do anything in comparison.
No, that's definitely true. Chen might use those tomes a bit better. But if you're Tiny and you get that 6, if you take your ulti, that's still pretty good. You become a bit tankier, not bad. Jesse rotating top. He has a haste rune.
B2 doesn't have the Shadow Dance. They're looking the wrong way, though. They're scouting the entire jungle. However, he was farming the small camp.
Yeah, they were trying to find him. But they might find mid instead. Slayer is there.
Not the big kill they want, though. And Iceberg won't arrive on the lane as he has used the TP to go back to base. Avalanche, control, and Slayer should be going down. Doesn't even really make him work for it.
Not the best kill, but there's no creep wave. You have the Wolf here, and you can pressure this tier 1 or perhaps even take it if they don't def.
Wolf plus the Frost Mage as well. Just tanks him up a lot. Iceberg has got the RP. Wants to get some value out of it if he can. Jibei's wrapping around. He does have the split available. Clap, slow him down, force him to skew away. Means they should be able to take the tower. He's Avalanche. Z-Freak moving in. Wind's Curse going to come out. They could RP onto 2, but they don't have the skew to get close enough, so just back up.
They pretty much used it just to be able to escape, that's it. It's a disengage ultimate from Winter Wyvern. Jibei was about to split there, and if he splits, he can catch Magnus, or even Magnus and Lich, so better safe than sorry. Stop them and move back.
Just hanging around here, though. He wants to try and just keep that farm maximized as much as possible while General pushes in. Cramorant comes out on a Z-Freak, and he's stunned too long to get his hands on the bounty. He goes for the TP out, but will not make it.
Yeah, this is much better.
So it should be 1 apiece on outposts.
Yeah. This is much better as well when it comes to bounties. They aren't letting them take all the bounties with that Alchemist lineup. They actually took 2, I believe, so 2 for 2 in the end. Or 3 for 1.
Still out farming pretty well. Has got 1.5k gold more than the Magnus at this stage, and almost has the Relic now. Should be a decent timing on the Radiance, at least a few minutes earlier than what we saw last game. Chessie in the top lane. Oh, he's going to go down.
Yeah, Chessie's not having the best game, and it's one of his heroes. He's really good on this puck, but he died once mid, solo to the Magnus, now he dies to the Slark, doing some questionable plays here and there, perhaps pushing it a bit too much to the limit.
And as a result now, V-Tune is up to level 10 already on this safe lane Slark. Does benefit a lot from that talent as well. 10 extra strength makes him pretty hard to just whittle down quickly.
Look at this Panda just TPing in down here. He doesn't even have a tower, but he's ready. He wants something, but the boar is blocking him. Oh no, the boar, he moved.
No,
General.
The ball will not stop access. This is his area now. Chain Frost bouncing around Z-Freak, bounces away to him towards the Pandas, toss across. And Z-Freak's like, you have him. They're all yours, Jibei, but he's melting for his own Brewling.
He's healing.
The Cold Embrace will come out. Yeah, and always want to fly us here. He'll zone away Z-Freak, and now Jibei's in trouble. They've got Primal Roar as well. He may just be dead. Slow down. Splinter Blast. They're hesitant.
Yeah, General
and they'll
didn't
just let him go.
Yeah, General didn't want to go because there's a tier 2 there. Perhaps they port in. But now he might.
He's thinking about it now. They could kill him very easily with the boar.
Yeah, Z-Freak is still around. And so is Alchemist.
Splinter Blast. They don't even need the Primal Roar anymore. Have the Hand of God might force their hand. Primal Roar thrown out, and no assistance coming for Jibei.
I just wonder, like, what was going through Jibei's mind. I think why he's doing this is basically to waste as much time and as many spells as possible while Madara is farming, as he has that Radiance now completed too. There is no way that he's just playing with them there for no reason, you know? He knows that he's about to die at any given point. But if he forces that roar out and he forces a couple of spells out and he forces them to stay in vision and on that lane, he prevents them from going deeper into the jungle to hunt that Alchemist down. And whenever you're playing versus an Alchemist, you have to play the Alchemist game. You have to be hunting him, shutting him down. And so far, they haven't done that at all.
The other theory is that he's role-playing Brewmaster too well and is in fact drunk at the keyboard right now.
I mean,
benefit of the doubt.
You know?
It's possible.
Odds say that OG Seed are 1.60 versus FlyToMoon 2.25, so a bit favored for OG Seed. But
In fairness, though,
very
the Chen
similar.
did get decent space, right? Like, he's got the mech online now, so with the ratings, this is where OGC can start to push towers. So odds are kind of reasonable in that regard.
And you have Jibe with the split, right? You have a lot of trash in front. You have a lot of these creeps, a lot of units that they can't really deal with on the side of FlyToMoon. You do have Intervivern, though, to counterplay that with the Winter's Curse. We'll see. We'll see if they manage to play these defenses properly, because it will be OGC just pushing all the time now.
Yeah, just use their own army against them. This is a golden wyvern game from that perspective. If you catch Madara without his chemical rage on, it should be an easy kill. Always want to fly. He's flying deeper here.
Madara with the couriers.
Madara, what happened to his courier? Was that the tower?
Yeah, it was tower with divine protection, pretty much. They fortified.
Whoops.
And that's it.
It's
Oh no.
Oh no, he used the chemical rage to protect himself, but Z-Freak just about surviving. Works against him, maybe the Chain Frost bounce favorably for OG. And the Dream Cool jumping. The Acid Spray is down. The Panic coming out. Both supports getting caught out like this on the side. Jibe wasting a lot of their time. V2's in deep. The split will now come out. And the stun is there. Shadow Dance needs to be used, but it may be too late. He'll get it off at the last second. But he's being blocked by everything here. Tries to pounce away. Z-Freak, Avalanche out though. And V2 Chainsaw, the silence is there. The burn is ticking him down. He's trying to heal up the Shadow Dance from the passive, but they'll find him in the tree line. They find the big kill, and when the split ends, Jibe is disobeyed. Iceberg, he wants to go for an RP play, but Dara has run out on the chemical rage, but they need to settle for something easier. Chessie dodged them out. Wayne and Rift has got no mana for the illusion orb. Hand of God won't be good enough. The illusion orb is way too late. He will still go down.
Madara, can they chase him down though? Probably not. He's way too fast. Yeah, they turn back. They still have the RP, but no mana on Magnus, so they couldn't really follow up on that. Overall, a great fight from OG Seed. Man, they're outplaying every single team in this tournament just by team fighting better. They use their spells better. They survive. You saw that. They jumped on the Tiny. They used the Winter's Curse on him. But there was not enough follow-up. They just let Z-Freak live. He dodges to the woods, then he contributes to the fight later on with the stuns. The Alchemist destroys the two supports together with Puck. OG Seed are just playing these team fights very well.
And it gets very scary very soon, because Madara, look at it, he's almost got the Satanic line.
Z-Freak is gonna feed a little bit, you know. Can't say too many good things about him. He instantly goes on the bottom lane to, you know, make
this is
things
kind of
interesting.
Typical Z-Freak though. Like, this is the way he tends to play a lot. Oh, however, Chessie, that's the person who can't feed. Jump in, Defu comes out, puts down the Dream Core, but he hasn't got an escape plan, and he will just be whirled away by the Slark.
Yeah, they're finding him super easily. Like, usually a Puck should not be dying to a Slark plus Lich combo, right? But he's a bit too greedy when it comes to farming these creep waves without having any info on the enemy whereabouts.
Well, he had info. He just lost a teammate there, and that's what makes it a little bit worse, actually. He knew full well where they were, what they'd just done. A little bit too greedy. I get exactly why Z-Freak does it, because this is how he usually plays anyway. It's always been the way that Zach likes to play. He sees very dangerous farm, and he goes, I'll take that. Knowing full well what's probably going to happen to him 9 times out of 10.
All right, I just got a message from Limp. It's Zippe.
Oh, yeah?
It's Zippe. It's not Jibe.
Yeah, it's Jibe.
It's not Jibe. It's not...
Well, Sania told me that both are acceptable, okay, Limp? So it's 1 for 1. I'm going to need another Scandinavian.
All right, Limp, you're called out. You're called out by Killer Pigeon. He's telling you it's not right. Oh, RP. All right. Yeah. Iceberg thought he caught. Yeah, he thought he caught a puck there or something, but it didn't happen. It's Zippe. From now on, it's Zippe for the Brewmaster from me.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll agree, because both are acceptable in Sania's dice. So Zippe is what we'll go with. But in fairness, I was the one that said Be is the right way. So I'll take that victory.
Congratulations.
Hey, I love the Scandinavian folk, and they love telling me when I say things wrong. And then I wait for my vengeance when they say a word like an American. And being a Brit, we have a different way. I don't know what the way is with this Wyvern. This is an interesting choice. Alk stuns himself. Always want to fly. Might escape. Probably not, though. Chessie does have the Wayne and Rift. Can get close enough to kill him off. But they're just zoning away, and they go back to finish him Roche while Chessie gets the solo kill.
Yeah, Zibbe is tanking Rosh quite a lot here, and there's a lot of bashes coming through, so they're not doing it really fast. But FlyToMoon, they don't truly want to contest this right now. They're just satisfied at split pushing mid lane and out pushing bottom as well. But Roar is there.
Oh, Primal Roar. Onto the center.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. General, although he has all these pets as his own, he actually hates animals. So just making sure one dies. But Chessie's scared. He doesn't know about the... I don't think they noticed that the Primal Roar was used on the Centaur creep there.
You probably know, right? But for some reason they still didn't go for that catch. I guess they didn't have anything. Chessie used that ult right before as well. And yeah, they... Slayer.
Game Frost. Zebek does get it off in time, and now you can turn around and fight. Slayer stuck here alongside the Magnus in the Dream Call. Mag is definitely tanky enough, but not Slayer. And now with this many heroes on top of him, Iceberg should fall as well. No RP for 10 seconds, and there's just too much damage.
Yeah, they didn't want to contest Rosh Pit. They didn't want to make any of plays around that, even though they knew Puck used everything he had. And now they just go under the tier 2 and try to go for these 2 kills for pretty much that were pretty much bound to fail unless you commit that RP there. They don't commit the RP on Panda. He splits Zibbe. He splits, and suddenly it's easy for OGC to take another win, another skirmish easily.
Zebek getting very close to that level 2 split.
There
He's
you
heading
go.
towards the ag.
Good job, Pigeon. We converted you. Slayer, they're gonna convert him.
Coil, they're converting him to the undead. He's halfway there. The Winner's Curse is going to come out to protect him. But now, who hopes always want to fly? No one.
He just
Nobody.
dies.
This is a sad, sad cold embrace.
And right now, they have an opportunity to just push high ground. Once Madara gets his ulti off cooldown again, take down this tier 2 and continue pushing. However, in 10 seconds, outposts are up, right? And you also have the opportunity to pick the bounty runes up, so probably you want to do that first.
Yeah, I'll take this tier 2 and then just try and take control around the top area. Beastmaster is still here, by the way. So if they move across like you kind of fluidly would towards this area, they could find the pick-off.
2
He's
bounty
being greedy,
runes.
actually. There we go.
2 bounty runes went for FlyToMoon, and also they did have the outposts controlled, so only them got the experience from the 20-minute mark, which is pretty good.
Yeah, we'll allow Magnus to stay out ahead. Iceberg up at level 17, now has the level 3 RP.
He is farming quite a lot with Magnus, and this Magnus can be super impactful later on. He's like Magnus few patches ago was pretty much RP and then power, right? And that's it. But oh, quick fingers there by Iceberg. But he has Echo Saber, Blink, BKB. He can dish out a lot of damage in these team fights if he finds the right targets.
Well, they're going. They're going to force him to fight. BKB gets activated. Iceberg stands his ground on the side. Winner's Curse coming out. That'll just be a TP out by the Magnus, but now you have no BKB. Chase forward.
And no curse.
We'll find General.
Yeah, you have no BKB,
Exactly.
no curse, but your bottom lane is being split pushed right now. The only question is, will they continue doing it or will they go back? It seems like they want to fight. Slark is back.
Yeah, Mandar needs to be a little bit careful here. Down to half HP already. He only has the level 2 Chemical Rage. Jump into call. On the 2 Sister Gaze, though. Puck is in a little bit of trouble now. The toss across interrupts the combo onto him, and Chessie can retreat. They need to be careful with FlyToMoon. They're down to half HP on a lot of heroes here.
They didn't really get a lot out of it.
Pounce. Going on the Chen. He has got the hand of God to work with. He'll try and heal up. The BKB's been activated, so V2 will bring him down. Madara trying to poke and prod. There's the Primal Roar coming out. Jibe
dead.
Can't get off in time, and he'll go down.
Alright, Zibek is dead, and Madara has to run. He has no blink. He does use that TP.
Oh, the Pounce. The Pounce. The Pounce.
Is there.
Catches him. He has got the Aegis. It'll take a little bit of time. Can they get through him quick enough?
They want to
have
fight.
An escape mechanism. Yeah, Chessie's here. Silence. Pushing him back. Looking onto the support, trying to get rid of him. And now V2 will jump in. Has got the Shadow Dance to work with. Madara holding on to that Chemical Rage. Will throw it out with a stun concoction. And now they're RP on the side. We'll be able to find the kills.
They're crumbling.
And yeah, they are. They're going to lose Madara as well. He's leashed again. Has to stand and fight. And this time with the Satanic, it's not going to be enough to heal him up. He's also going to go down.
That's one big golden pinata of an alchemist, just giving them so much gold, 300 going the way of Bitune, and they instantly go back to clean up Chen's creeps and to push mid lane even. Perhaps they can go for that tier 2. It all started with Puck going way too deep. In some games, I've seen this as well from their puck players. Not always Chessy, I believe it was Hanskin playing it too. Like they jump in super deep around their tier 2s and they try to make an action happen. Sometimes it works out, but in this particular game, they were way too tanky. You used all your big spells and suddenly they're rushing you down. They take down Zibbe before he uses his ulti too, with the roar, and everything else is just cleanup. Have to be careful.
It's definitely I was going to say, it's very problematic the way that Chessy's been playing this game. He's suffering a lot, and I'm wondering if the Deso is the solution, because right now you just keep getting picked off quite easily when you go so deep. Glad he at least went for a Blink Dagger, so he had some sort of mobility item in this type of game, but...
Yeah, and the odds represent these last couple of fights, as OG Seed is now on 3-0-4 versus 1.35 for FlyToMoon, so FlyToMoon heavily favored.
And you can see why. Like, you have this Alchemist that's only 2k gold ahead of the Magnus, and then you look behind the Mag, he's joined alongside by a Slark.
Madara is fighting him top. There's a BKB on Iceberg, but he didn't use it yet. And now there's Z-Frig around.
Steer away, Avalanche, and the BKB is on the high ground.
Has no TP.
To get away, but he's coming in towards them, and as you said, no TP. Magic Green is running out. Iceberg, no reinforcements are coming either. They're just split pushing.
I don't know if you
Big
noticed.
Mistake.
What he did there is he didn't want to use the BKB, so he skewered on the hill, and as he was skewering, he used the BKB, I believe. So Tiny, he broke it before we even saw it happening. It was, you know, mid-skewer. And then he dies for no reason. That's when you're greedy a little bit with your BKBs. You want to preserve it for as long as possible, and you pay with your life sometimes.
Big slip up though, and now Mag down to the 7-second BKB charge, still giving over his life. Luckily for him, Roche cannot spawn for another minute and a half. So there's not really much that OGC can do with this, as they're scared of fighting into those choke points.
Yeah, it's a big kill. You do slow down the Magnus and their whole team. You prevent them from going outside. You can see 3 of them are just literally sitting on top of their high ground afraid. That's the effect of having that Magnus down. Slark is the only one outside. But then again, you can't take any major objectives. And it's not like you are punishing that Magnus super hard too.
Just gives a little bit of breathing room, and more importantly, allows OGC to get control of vision around the Roche pit in prep for a potential fast spawn.
Yeah, you do have Slark on the side of FlyToMoon though, and he always comes in handy when it comes to gaining vision against enemy team, especially around that Roche pit.
Exactly, but first you need to pick off to make sure that OG Seed aren't sitting as 5 near the Roche pit area. Z-Freak might be about to reveal himself.
There's
Just
a
have to blink
Paladin.
to quickly escape.
There's a Paladin sword now.
Oh no! He didn't even blink.
Toss?
He's holding it.
Oh, they missed.
She better get away now. Yeah, they're going to skewer through the TP out. Iceberg does commit the RP for the kill though.
I mean,
I'm not sure.
What was supposed to be...
Are you happy with that?
I don't think you're happy, because that was supposed to be a clean pickoff with no big spells used, right? And now you have this Tiny dead. He's going to be up in 25 seconds, and your RP is going to be back up in 100 seconds. So you definitely shouldn't be happy about that if you're FlyToMoon.
Oh, you're really not happy if you watch the replay on this game. That was like a 2-second spawn time on Roche.
Yeah, and you just use that RP. You don't have it. If they go straight into the pit, they will have an advantage there.
Yeah, they haven't even checked yet, because obviously Alk wants to keep farming. Pexi should scout it out. They haven't looked just yet. I don't think they were expected to be this quick of a spawn.
I think you go in, you have Tiny, there's no RP. Madara, mid lane. They might force his BKB if this continues.
Well, Spirit Vessel out on a Madara. Holding on to that Chemical Rage though, doesn't want to throw it out just yet. V-Tune actually being whittled away. Dream Call on the side, onto Lich, controls him up the stance as well, and he almost breaks his core, but the Winner's Curse to try and protect him. Now you get the Chain Frost bouncing around. He'll throw it out before he does go down, but the split's being used. Madara needs to retreat. Still holding that Titanic because the Spirit Vessel is on top. He needs to start life-stealing here. He will turn around and fight, but V-Tune has already done too much damage. The Shadow Darts will come out, and you're already 2 heroes down on the side of OG Seed. Make it 3 now as Z-Freak gets called out as well. Brewmaster on the retreat. Z-Bait not able to do anything with this. He might just die as well.
There's
Prime
the
Roar
roar.
comes out, no hesitation. Maybe you try and TP away now, but the leash is there. You no longer have the life to do so.
Man, who needs RP when you have this Slark? He's just dominating. Winter's Curse was all right. in a way that it prevented Alchemist from killing off Lich, right? And that means there's a vessel still in play, so that Satanic can come in handy for the Alchemist. But what Vitun did there is he completely ignored the Alchemist and everyone else and just went for the Chen. And I think Chen is a really important target to kill. If you kill Chen, all the healing is reduced, right? And that Alchemist also suffers quite hard. And he's also the easiest kill. You eliminate him and then you go for the rest. He goes back in and just takes down that Alchemist in a matter of seconds. So much utility on the side of FlyToMoon is making this Vitun Slark a superhero.
V2 will just pounce in, harass Madara a little bit more. Madara definitely suffering from all these Spirit Vessel charges coming out. And you look at it, they don't really have any sort of dispel for him, right? It's not like anyone's building Lotus Orb this game on the side of OG Seed. Bit of a problem. Now they'll lose their tier 2 because V2 hit so hard, and he's going to go in, stack up more Agi. Madara goes his face, pays the price. BKB coming out. RP does connect onto him, and now they'll be able to run him through. Madara getting pretty low, and Zibe alongside him. The Winner's Curse coming out, but Madara already way too low. Will die alongside Chessie, and they are just crumbling in the face of FlyToMoon. GG, and game 1 going the way of FlyToMoon. What a game. What a way to play around this. It just always felt like this Alchemist, he never had the gold lead he needed. And real big credit to them just being able to get Slark so much gold so early on by having rotations from Magnus to empower him up.
Okay, KP, but tell me, what amount of gold is necessary for this Alchemist to actually have the amount of gold needed to win the game? Because he had a completely free lane. He was farming all the time. He wasn't being picked off. He had the first stages. He had Satanic. Everything was working well for him, wasn't it?
You'd think so, but I feel that there wasn't really anything for him to fall back to, right? Usually the Alchemist, they rely on someone stacking. There were never stacks, so it's not like he amplified at a ridiculous rate. And I think what we're just seeing here is why Magnus is so highly rated by most teams, is he was more or less mirroring the farm of Alchemist just through Empower. More or less.
In all honesty, in my opinion, what happened in this game is that FlyToMoon had less mistakes than OG Seed. We've seen that Puck dive with that Aegis still on Alchemist. They dive on the tier 3s. They try to follow up with Z-Freak. Both of them are out of position. They try to retreat when Alchemist has no ulti. And you're in this awkward position in which Alchemist doesn't want to fight because he has no Chemical Rage. He has no Acid Spray too. And they're chasing you. You have to retreat, but you wasted your Dream Coil. So you're in a very bad spot. They pretty much turned the game off of that. They took down the Aegis, they killed off the Alchemist, and later on Slark was just way too farm, even for a fat Alchemist. We'll see who makes less mistakes in this game 2 of Grand Finals. See you later.